Hey everyone, this is Jane with Barlow Herbal, and I wanted to just give a little video today about one of my favorite herbal formulas. It's been around since the 1920s. This is a formula called Essiac, and you might also call this or heard this called Essiac. And it was self-named after Canadian nurse Rene Caisse. It's her last name spelled backwards. And you might actually have heard her name pronounced Rene Caisse. Her first name is spelled Rene. But regardless, she developed this formula that was given to her by a breast cancer patient who swears that she was cured of cancer through this formula. It was given to her by a Canadian Indian. And it's 4 herbs. We've got burdock, slippery elm, sheep's sorrel, and Indian or turkey rhubarb. And this is a really, really pretty famous, well-known formula that you can get and is mostly brewed into a tea using these 4 herbs. Now, I've been taking this once and sometimes twice a year since I was about 35, and I'm now 57, so for about 22 years, I just go through a bottle of this, usually in January or February, and then usually in July or August. And I just kind of thought, let's talk about this. This is August, and I was busy moving my business in July, so I skipped a couple of things that I would normally do in July, and I just jumped on the Essiac train, and I'm doing a bottle of the tincture, which is what I really love, because even though I love the tea too, and I've had the tea, and I have actually the loose tea in my house, I love the tincture because it's super easy to take. You don't have to brew it. You don't have to store it in the fridge. It doesn't go bad quickly. In fact, it's got a 10-year shelf life like the other tinctures that we make. And also, what's very cool about this Essiac tincture is that my dad actually worked with Rene Caisse for a couple of years in the late 1960s. She actually passed away in 1978. But she started making Essiac tea and studying it and giving it to her patients in the 1920s. So many, many, many years. In fact, there's this little cool thing I want to read to you. Nurse Rene Caisse treated her patients with inexpensive natural cancer-fighting Essiac tea for 50 years free of charge, and had the support of many renowned scientists, respected doctors, and cancer survivors until her death in 1978. Now, this was actually a little thing I found on The Truth About Cancer, because this is seriously one of those formulas that if you're into natural medicine, you've probably heard of this formula. And it's got a lot of controversy swirling around it because there is a lot of information on the internet from the medical profession, from the natural people, and it's very difficult because our hands are tied. We can't really say what it does. We might be able to say our experience with a big disclaimer. But I would very, very highly recommend that you do a little bit of research if you're not familiar with this. It's spelled Essiac. And after my dad worked with her, he added 2 additional herbs to the Essiac tincture that we make. And that's why we call it Essiac 20, just because it has 2 additional herbs, which are bloodroot and watercress. And this is an absolute power punch for giving high dense nutrients to the body, blood purifier, blood cleanser. You don't need a lot. It's very powerful and very effective without high doses. And it's just something that I would really highly suggest that you do your research and see if this is something that would be beneficial for you to add to your routine, your regimen for prevention. It is not suggested for pregnant or nursing moms. But it is one of those things that requires some research, requires some deep thought, deep knowledge, and then tune into your intuition and your best gut feeling after you've done some research on whether or not this is something for you to add into your prevention routine. So take a look at it. It's an amazing formula that I've been taking for a long, long time, and I know that it's made a huge difference in my health. So let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you soon.